Piyush Bansal came and asked us, do you know that we have invested in Skippy Ice Pop? So it was a bomb moment for us because we did not know he had also invested. Next thing he asked was, are you trying to say that whatever the other products are coming at a price of point of 20 rupees are serving artificial flavors? So for that my answer was very clear. I asked them, can you really tell me, or is it possible to have bubble gum as a real natural flavor? It doesn't exist in the universe. So for that Anupam Mittal got really crazy and angry and immediately said, nah, we are not going to discuss this. And that is where the narrative changed for us from being
I love it.
I like it, I love it, from that to completely suggestive.
It is highly suggestive.
Hi Lickaholics, this is the first YouTube video. Can you believe it? After almost 4 years, we are actually here to shoot in front of you, and this is gonna be more interesting for us and for you for sure. We are not gonna keep it boring for sure.
Hi, my name is Parimal. I am the co-founder for Licksters, and we make wonderful fruit-based popsicles and other ice creams.
I'm Divya. I'm also the co-founder, and I taste the ice creams and I say whether it's nice or not. Oh, let's actually talk about Shark Tank. You know, Shark Tank, Licksters on Shark Tank has been the hot topic of Nagpur right now. So we just thought, let us not delay on making a video on that, and let us share some insights about it. What do you say, Parimal?
I think we should not be telling them too much.
So basically, when we even started the business, right? When we started Licksters, the Shark Tank US one was our mentor. Basically, like, you know, we used to keep running different business videos. Used to listen during the background. Like whenever we are doing something or the other, we keep listening to it and try and see whether you know, whatever was said in it, does that apply to our business? How can we make it better? So the mentor basically was Shark Tank US, and then when it started in India, we were very excited. We really wanted to see who were the sharks, and you know, what are the different companies who come and how do they do it. So the first episode was very interesting for us. So when we actually got to know about the second episode, we thought, let us, like, you know, let's just try and fill in the form. So Parimal did all the honors.
No, I was not so interested in going to Shark Tank because I always thought it's a mixed bag. Either it will take you so high or it will put you down so low. So I thought we are at a good stage in our business. We are already expanding to more cities. I think not the right time to go, but Divya was quite persistent, saying that no, this will give us a very nice national level platform to actually showcase our skills. We are from a small city. We should accept that and take it to the next level. So somehow after a lot of reluctance, I agreed and we filled in the form. So I gave in to the idea of going to Shark Tank. I was not so interested.
But tell it was good.
I will talk about the experience at the end.
So, like I said, he filled in the initial form, you know, wherein we had to give some details about the business, what is our vision, what are we doing, where are we from, and after about 1.5 months of time, we get the mail saying that, you know, you are selected for the second phase. So that was something unbelievable for us. Yes, we expected somewhere deep down inside, we felt.
Did you actually think that you would end up in an episode?
Yeah.
When you were filling the form?
Deep down inside, the confidence was very high.
I think for everybody who fills up the form thinks that they will be appearing on Shark Tank. So we also had that deep level of confidence that yes, we will get the next level of mail. But till the time you don't receive the mail, it's really nerve-wracking. So it's a little tensed. So it took us, like, I think a month's time before we received the mail for the next round, and we had to shoot a 3-minute video displaying our capacity, our product, how do we make it, give the idea about our team and make it sound really interesting so that they will pick it up for the next round. So by the time we thought of shooting the video, we got a news that there are more brands from Nagpur itself who were selected for this round. So it gave us a lot of boost to us. Okay, these people are also going, these people are also trying. Let us make a nice video.
So basically, you know, we do understand that story plays an important role, and I have always you know, told Parimal that, you know, sometimes company has to work around how the story can be attractive, how it can be really nice, but luckily we have.
I think there are some brands we start. Day one they start with displaying and talking about their story, how the brand originated. For us, it has worked the other way around. It has been almost 4 years, and now we are talking about the story. So we did not get a chance to talk about our story at all. We were just working, and we were constantly talking about we will tell our story one day. And I think Shark Tank is where we actually told our story.
Yeah.
So yes, there were so many people who applied for Shark Tank. We should consider ourselves extremely lucky that we got through so many rounds. But I would give a lot of credit to what we have created in the last 4 years. the uniqueness of the product, the story, the way we pitched it, the name, everything got us through, I believe. The video, then we sent across the video, and there was a 30 page or 30 question long paragraph question.
Oh, that was very, very
Yes.
detailed.
Yes,
The business
detailed
analytics.
questionnaire that we received. And after my graduation, this was the first time I was writing so many pages and talking in detail about your product. See, how much ever you know the business, the kind of questions that were there, they make you write in a way that you really have to be creative and innovative to add so many lines, because for you the business is only few lines. For them, the business has to be 500 words.
In fact, while doing all this mathematics, during that filling the forms, we understood a lot about the business ourselves also. It's like, it's like sitting and writing down, working all the numbers and trying to find out where exactly we are. It's not that we don't do it on a regular basis, but that time the mathematic crunch made us to, understand a lot of things about the business too.
Right? We sent across that video, and within a span of 1.5 months, we got the selection or the mail for the selection for the next round. That was the audition round, and we were supposed to choose a city. So we chose Bangalore for our audition, and we planned everything to the T, thinking that okay, this is how we are going to do it. They said it in their mail very categorically. It is almost going to be like Shark Tank. So we will be still standing in front of a camera. We will be presenting to the people who were there in the jury. We will be showcasing the product. We will be talking about everything. So we planned everything that we'll travel to Bangalore. We actually booked it. The audition was held in a specific hotel. We thought we will not waste any time in traveling in the congested city of Bangalore. So we booked the room in that same hotel. And our plan was that we'll reach there, we'll go to the room straight away, we'll get ready and come down.
I would like to actually tell this story. It was like the audition was supposed to be at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and we had booked our flight where we'll be reaching in the morning, and we planned in such a way that even if there is traffic, we will reach the hotel by around 11 o'clock. We'll check in and get ready, and then we'll be fully suited up for the 1 o'clock audition. So when we actually landed over there, the scenario was completely different. The hotel reception people said, sorry, we cannot, we had already planned for it, but they said, sorry, the rooms are not available, they have not vacated yet, so you have to wait. And we were waiting, and we just got the Shark Tank team actually coming over and said, are you guys from Licksters? Your audition is next. We were just, and Parimal was did not even shave. He was like, I'll go there, I will trim myself, I'll do all the things over there.
The previous night discussion and the fight was, you shave right away. I said, I'm not going to shave right away, because by next morning you're again going to say, shave. Your hair has again come grown again. So I did not even shave. We were just traveling, and we landed over there in our traveling clothes, and then we had to go to the audition just like that. Divya still managed. Divya went inside a washroom, took a suitcase, and she carried the suitcase inside and changed. And I was just standing in the next bathroom washing my face. I did not even have clothes, so I just went with whatever clothes I travelled in and stood in the audition.
Imagine that's the audition you actually want to give your
Yes.
best, and we were just walked in just like that.
So we went to the audition.
Yeah.
It was very similar. It was not as tense as Shark Tank. 3 people were sitting in the jury, but they had given us proper microphones. There was a camera, there was a screen. We were supposed to give a presentation, PPT, everything. We were supposed to give them the product to taste. They asked us so many questions about the numbers, how we have come about till this stage, what are the numbers right now, how as a brand we have grown, what is the experience that we have served, where do we wish to go.
And in fact, that was the first time we actually carried so much of popsicles to a different city, and through flight we managed to carry everything at the proper temperature, and we were very, very tensed by that time. Are we going to serve them in the right way? Are the popsicles going to melt? But everything happened very well. The team, the cameraman, the people who were behind the auditions, everybody loved it. It was a very good scene. I really wish I had used my phone and taken pictures of everyone, or a video where everybody are, the shooting is going on, the team is auditing and they're calling names, but they have Licksters in their hand. Everybody are enjoying Licksters and doing their work. That was the best thing I could see actually.
Yeah, we stayed in the same hotel. So the auditions were happening on the ground floor. So throughout the day we were going up and down, because once we checked in we had no other work to do. So while traveling up and down we could see people enjoying Licksters. So it was a great day for us.
To be honest, one thing which actually, it was a very intimidating, I would say, it was really intimidating, because when you are from a smaller city, though I worked in Bangalore before and I've studied there and everything, it's been quite some years in Nagpur now, right? So you get completely used to the city scenario here. But when we went over there, we were like a little tense, excited, all kinds of emotions. We just saw people from the Bangalore itself who were there. There were different companies from different places. We are just looking at everybody's t-shirts and then just trying to see which company are they from, what are they into, and then we are just like being happy over there that okay, we are the only ice cream brand which have come over here. We have no clue who's there, who's not.
Yeah, people were so ready. We could
Yeah.
see them. They were almost there for the actual episode of Shark Tank.
Yeah.
They had their T-shirts. They had their startup pitches. They had their pitch decks printed. Everything was there. They were practicing in the area, and we did not do anything
Oh,
after that.
and you should actually tell about the pitch also when we prepared for it. Every time it has happened in such a way that whenever we need to prepare, it has always happened last moment. Okay? Last moment, not because we were lazy, we were too busy with some of the other work. So the flight was early morning when we had to catch a flight from Nagpur to Bangalore. So the previous night we were just sitting and writing down the pitch, what should be our pitch be for the next day, though we were informed 7 days before. And
Yeah, it's like Nagpur University.
Yeah.
It's like any other university. You only prepare a day prior or the night prior.
It was
to
not
the
even
exams.
it was not even the complete pitch which was prepared the previous night. They said they fixed a mic to everything and we both are talking with each other and we are just trying, okay Parimal, you say this, I will say this, you say that, okay, after that I will continue from there. That's how we made the pitch actually.
Yeah, and we went
Yeah.
inside and did something completely different. Yeah, because there was no control. Once it started, then I was waiting that okay, she's gonna say it. She forgot, so I carried on. Whatever I forgot, she carried on. So it happened just like that.
But it was not like an audition also. It was really very
People were really sweet.
Yeah, very
Nice.
sweet, very interesting. And after some point of time, we even forgot there are cameras. We had to stand in a particular place. We forgot that. So they kept saying, like, move back to that center wherever you are visible. So it went on, like, sharing of stories. And
For us,
yeah.
for us, the easiest part was because we have been speaking to so many franchise prospective people who are constantly calling us for franchises for the last 2 years. We were used to speaking to people, talking about Licksters, talking about numbers, and talking about all that is important for the brand. So it was not that difficult for us because we were somehow prepared for this.
And I'm always talkative, so it was easy for me. Yeah. It was in the month of July when we went to Bangalore audition, and after which we were expecting the final mail to come by the next month itself. Or
We were slowly losing hope also because
we just thought what
already
if we are
October
not-
had come in and we were like, अभी तक नहीं आया, अभी तक नहीं आया. Jan में they were going to announce the dates also. Last year, the first season actually started in the month of December, I guess. So December or Jan when they announced, and we were like, अरे यार, it hasn't come for us. Why? So we were constantly telling each other or giving each other reasons why maybe why they did not select us. So the mind keeps on working in all these funny ways, right? You try and come up with an excuse for someone else's deeds.
The funny thing which also happened in Bangalore was once we finished the audition, they don't tell you anything. It's just like, how you go and give an interview and then the HR comes and says, we will let you know. It was just like that. But here a different thing which happened was they said, like, make sure you have your dresses ready, you have shopped already, because you will be informed just a week's prior and you will not have time for that by that time. And they informed us, and then we were again contemplating with each other or talking with each other, saying that, do you think, Divya, that they said this to everyone? Do you think that we would have
Yeah, but I think I got to know that they were telling this to everybody who was auditioning,
Yeah.
that be prepared. And we thought that we were the lucky ones who really got the audition really bang on, so they're telling us be prepared. It was not the case. So we were not prepared, and it has always been the case with us. We were never prepared. And what happened was we had a store opening in Nashik, and it was a big deal for us. For the first time, a store was opening outside Nagpur for us. Raipur came much later. So Nashik was the first store that opened outside Nagpur, and we really wanted to be there. But just a day prior or a couple of days prior to that, we got to know that we were selected for the final shooting round.
Yeah.
And they still call it a final shooting round. They do not guarantee. The mail comes very categorically written saying that you are just being invited for the shooting round. This does not guarantee your episode being aired. So at no stage they give you the confidence. That
it's like you read the mail, you're excited, you are like, you've been told that you are selected, and then finally you read that last line.
You may not be on television.
You may not be on television. We're like, every time you read it with an excitement, when you come to the last line, it's like, okay.
Yeah, conditions apply.
Conditions apply, exactly.
So finally, when we went, then we had to cancel the plan of going to the opening of the Nashik store. We just packed all the popsicles in our car in a box with a lot of dry ice, and we traveled from Nagpur to Nashik. It took us 16 hours because
Yeah.
the roads were really bad. and overall there was a lot of traffic jam situation. So from morning we started and we reached somewhere around 1 o'clock in the night.
And
to
when he
Nashik.
said 16 hours, no, it was him completely driving. I've not started driving it. He drove 16 hours continuously. And after which, like, we stayed again in Nashik for the opening. We had to just go congratulate them. We never thought, even in our wild dreams, that, you know, the first store which is opening outside Nagpur and we will not be there for that day. And after which, from there, we went towards Mumbai.
Yeah, we traveled to Mumbai. Again, it was a crazy raining day. Google was showing us only 2.5, 3 hours, but it took us almost 6 hours to reach the place. And almost when we were reaching there, we got a call from the team saying that if you have ice creams with you, you can come to the shooting spot, you can come to the studio, and you can drop it over there. And that is when I was almost reaching Andheri. And I asked her, give me the location, tell me the place where we are going to, and she said Yashraj Studio. Because she's from Tamil Nadu, she doesn't know how big a deal it was. I was like, we are going to
Parimal
Yash
kept
Raj
saying
Studio.
for the next, can you believe we are in Yash Raj studio? I'm like, okay, what's a big deal?
Yeah, so it was like almost reaching the mecca of film, Bollywood. Like, you are going to Yash Raj Studio. What else do you want in life? So somehow we landed over there. I was really excited to look
He
around.
even drew a picture for me. Like, imagine you are in Tamil Nadu and you just go to AVM studio or something like that, how you would feel. Still, I couldn't connect so much. But later on, the excitement I could see whenever we see some celebrities and the way we enter the gate, even if it's this daily people who keep coming every day, still they need that, authorization from someone that, they can get in. So all this actually excited me, finally.
Yeah. So we reached Mumbai. I was really having my fanboy moment.
You
I
remember
was-
the rain by that time? Bhiwandi and rain. And,
6 hours. One moment. I just check if I have that Yash Raj Studio ka. Oh, I kept it really safe. Just like a typical Marathi house. मी सांभाळून ठेवलाय. मला नाही माहिती कुठे आहे. I don't remember now. Before that, I just did one good thing. I took a photo and uploaded to the drive so that I know it is there.
Yeah.
Alright, so we reached somehow Yash Raj Studio. We were really excited. It was a very late evening. We kept our popsicles in the refrigerator, and then we retired to the hotel that they actually arranged us for. And on the way,
Juhu Beach.
it was near Juhu Beach, opposite Sea Princess, some hotel. While going there, I kept on telling her we are going to very surely cross Amitabh Bachchan's house, and we
Yeah.
did. And I showed it to her. See, look at this. This is what is the name?
I don't know.
Whatever, I don't. Pratiksha hai aur dusra koi aur hai. So we crossed that place. We saw Juhu Beach. I told her like we are in the best place in the city right now. And the next day onwards, the practice began. Next 2 days, we had our proper call times. So it was actually like the acting, or what should I say, actors, the way they feel it, they were treating us just like that. Early morning breakfast, and we had a call time of 9:30. So every morning 9:30, we were supposed to sit in a bus and then join the studio. So we used to go to the studio. They had our tea, they had their breakfast over there for us. So throughout the day, we were constantly practicing our pitch.
I remember during the breakfast, we went to the studio and they say that, you have to go to the cafeteria area and they will serve you like stage 3. I remember it very well. Stage 3 is where we had to go. So from there to the cafeteria, Parimal was like, he showed me a tissue. I did not really understand what he was actually showing at first. Then he showed me a tissue again. You see what is printed in this Yash Raj film or Yash Raj studio.
Yeah, because other than that, they were not allowing us to take any kind of photographs. And there was no other place which showed the Yash
I
Raj
am
studio.
sure he has one, either he has kept one tissue or he has taken a photo of
I had
it.
taken the tissue paper for sure. I have it. I took a photo of the tissue paper just so that I can go back and show it to everybody. It doesn't matter the episode aired or not. I went to Yash Raj studio. I went to the cafeteria. So that is really something fun. Everywhere we went inside the studio, they had photographs of all the old films that they had released,
Yeah.
the films that they produced. It was really a nice place. So we enjoyed thoroughly. For the next 2 days, we were just practicing our pitch. There were various teams that were taking more and more information, gathering more information about us. Team from the business angle, team from the life angle. Everybody were meeting us one by one and discussing more and more things about our life. Trying to understand the business, trying to understand how we have, like from the time we were born to the time we are here.
कहाँ से पैदा हुए, कौन से साल, क्यों इधर से इधर गया, क्यों वो हुआ, क्या हुआ, like so many questions. They have so much of patience, and I should actually salute that team. Oh my God, splendid work they do. They have a complete understanding of us, our background. Even if I don't tell them or tell them, they have complete research on us maybe already. And
I would say it was like a viva. These people were sitting with their laptop, and whenever we were speaking something more like important about
Yeah.
their lives, they were just looking at us and typing something. It was really odd. What are they typing? I was really curious to understand what are they noting down, which I said, which according to them is important. What are these notes that these people are making? It was really fun. And then we saw that they're not doing it only for us; they are doing it for everybody.
Yeah.
So it was a little less awkward and I would say uneasy.
Yeah.
It was fun. The next 2 days were all about pitching, and you saw our pitch on Shark Tank. We wrote that limerick and we wrote that pitch on the way to Nashik.
Yeah.
Because while we were traveling, we got a call from their team suddenly saying that 2 days later was our day to join them, and they called us and said us, we want a video of your pitch. We did not write the pitch. Again, the
And
same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah, last moment.
जिसके ना आए हो दांत ऐसा प्यारा बच्चा भी करे लिख, जिसके गिर गए हो सारे दांत ऐसे नाना नानी और दादा दादी भी करे लिख. 100% प्योर फ्रूट का वादा है हमारा, हर घर के दिल में और हर फ्रीजर में बस जाए, ये सपना है हमारा.
So we were traveling, we were stuck somewhere, they kept on calling constantly. I was telling her, don't worry, we will do it once we reach Nashik, once we reach Mumbai. They did
So
not
I
wait.
think on a highway we just thought we will break for our lunch while actually heading towards Mumbai. So we stopped there. We said, okay, let's have our lunch. Let us actually go outside and stand in the sun, like with a nice lighting, and we'll take up the pitch basically. So we had to again plan for the pitch. It was not exactly what we did in Bangalore. A little bit different pitch, which they, according to them, introduction, a lot of a proper thing with blueprint kind of a thing which they gave. So we prepared the pitch accordingly, and then we just saw also it was raining like crazy. So we just thought no other option. We have to sit inside the car and then practice that pitch. And we were already running late. We were running late because of the rain, because of the traffic, because of water on the streets. And we should be reaching there before 3 p.m. at the studio. We were already running late. We thought we'll just do it within 10-20 minutes. We'll finish it off, and it just took us 2 hours. So sitting inside the car, we were just practicing again, and we cannot read it from a paper. So we were just practicing again and again. So many shots again. We did it.
Yeah. Somehow we wrote something that we felt was enjoyable, we felt was nice. We sent it across, and then we just traveled. We went to the studio, and they had a proper writing team which were actually curating the content that we had created and the content that they had gathered from our Instagram page, from our website to the other things, and they gave us a written note about what they felt was a better pitch. Somehow when we read it, we liked some of the things that they had written. We liked the introduction, that the way they wanted us to give, but we did not like some of the stuff. So finally we met a middle ground. We came up with that limerick that you saw on television. We wrote and we tried making it as fun as possible. The thing that you saw with the saw, then we just wanted to gather or grab attention of the sharks, because all the pitches are generally a little plain. So we wanted it to be fun because our product requires that level of fun. So we created something, they approved it. For the next 2 days, we were just practicing it again and again and giving that pitch to as many teams as possible. Some people were shooting us, some people were just listening to us, but we got a great response from their team itself about our pitch.
I remember the person who was taking the audition for the pitch again and again. She will just come and say, "Yaar, aap log ko kya bolu? Itna acha sa bata rahe ho. You're doing it really good." And then the only issue I had was like the Hindi here and there, because it had to be in pure Hindi. So it's like the viewership basically a lot of people are from Hindi background, so every word it had to change. बीच में I would say, and इतना strict नहीं था, but still I had to just practice that. So he was really anyways good at it, so he did it.
Yeah, so what happened was we actually had a shoot on Saturday. There was another set of people who had a shoot on Friday. So a day prior to your shoot in the evening, they will take you to see the studio, right?
Yeah.
1 day prior. So that day, like on Friday actually they took us to see the actual stage, so that we get a feel of it, like where we are going, where we're going to stand.
You're going to go and stand, how the door opens, and a lot of
everything.
Yeah.
So that happens between the shoot that is happening on Friday. So as soon as the sharks went away from the stage, the overall contestants came out. During that short window, they actually took us backstage. From backstage, they actually took us to the main studio where they were shooting. As soon as we were lining outside that studio, like we were lining like school kids, all the people who were going to shoot on Saturday went over there. We were lining like 20 people standing outside the studio like school kids. As soon as we went to the door, they took away our phones, they took away our watches, they took away anything that was a mobile device away from us. And we got to know that we could not shoot it. Then I got so disappointed later on looking at one of the pitch. There was a company called Paradise, I guess. They had a full BTS shoot of the overall tank and how they prepared and how they went on tank. I thought we would have loved to shoot, but we were not allowed. Somehow I think they sneaked their cameras inside and they got to shoot it. So that is how. So we saw the new tank, this year's tank, for the first time. It was really thrilling. It was really enjoyable, exhilarating.
Massive.
Yeah, it was so big.
So big, massive,
And for the
gold
first time,
colors, and the door, that music. You know, when you go inside and when you just, the door opens, that music, which the track of the Shark Tank, it's all really.
So we were on for the first time we were on a proper film set, and I realized for the first time that the room is not with a roof. There are lights from above. So there are cranes, lights, and people with so many cables standing outside. So that was a first thing for me. So when I saw for the first time, I realized we stand really far, far away from the actual chairs.
So at least 10 feet.
Not 10 feet, much more than that. I think 20 feet.
It was even so difficult later on to even remember what dress were they wearing.
Yeah.
Like the next day, basically on the shoot day, after we entered, we have to enter. We have to stand in a particular place. Then the door opens, and then we walk inside. So this music is going on. We always see the sharks playing along with the music, or just doing all these kinds of actions. And then when that stops, we are supposed to start the pitch. So when that happens, I got really chills all over me. It was like, goosebumps, and then, oh my God, now I have to start. That moment was really very, very interesting.
Yeah, how much ever you think you have practiced, it's like everything is gone the moment you enter inside the tank. Right? That moment, all the fears come about, and all the excitement also comes. Yeah, but I would say we were quite confident. And it was an enjoyable experience overall.
We did come across very confident, definitely.
Yeah, on the camera. But when the overall 1.5 hours of experience actually, or we went through that 1.5 hour experience, when we came out, we felt really drained, and we thought we were not so confident. Overall, I think the final shoot that they showed, we looked quite confident. So we kept our nerves very well, is what I would only say. And it's a very different experience inside the tank. The people, I would say all the sharks, they are really nice overall.
Very nice, actually.
The way they interact, it's really positive. You can address them very well. You can ask them to wait and answer questions properly. It's just that after once you enter the tank, after the overall volley of questions starts coming towards you, at some point of time, it becomes a little nerve-wracking and tense.
We usually have this for MBA grads, they have this stress interview, right? Like, your questions are pouring from everywhere, and you don't know whom to answer, what to answer, and you're like, the tempo actually increases in a very different level. It was 100 times more than that.
The tempo keeps on increasing. Initially, all the sharks are also really polite. They wait for other people's questions to get over, and they wait for the answer to get over to ask the next question. After the first 20 minutes, everybody is asking question. Nobody waits for you, right? One question, before you even think about how will I answer this, there is a person who's ready with the next question, and you get tense for that question. Okay, how it's gonna go about? Then you have to ask someone to wait and answer this, answer that, and all kinds of crazy things happen in the tank.
One thing which happened was when we saw the first season, and we saw multiple products who were there, and when we tried those products, we were very confident that sharks will also like ours a lot. So when we went inside, and then things changed actually. Amin Gupta was like, Parimal bhai, Divya, pasand nahi aa raha hai. And that changed things for us.
Yeah, that was a big shock. But the last 4 years, what I've been serving, the only reaction we got was fantastic. And went over there, and the first reaction was, I don't like it. See, they told us to be prepared for everything. We were prepared for everything.
Numbers. Throughout the night, we are like, if they ask like this number, what is the number for this? What are we going to grow? How we are going to... we prepared everything in a very different level. And one question which we always never thought of, or the situation we never thought of, was आपका पसंद नहीं आ रहा है.
Yeah, we never thought of it because we always were prepared for to say only one thing. As soon as the first person says the product is fantastic, we were ready to say that let's sign up. That is where we wanted
Yeah,
the discussion to end.
we even had this conversation. Parimal was saying, like, let's actually do this. They will all have they will have Licksters. They will say बहुत पसंद आया, and then we'll ask the sharks. So चले check sign करें. So
But
we
that
could
doesn't
use
happen.
that line.
And we knew for a fact that they were going to have a little bit of conflict of interest because they already had invested in a popsicle company. The shock for us was that we had watched the episode
Yeah.
for Skippy Ice Pop and we knew that all 5 sharks invested in that product. But Piyush Bansal was not present on that day.
Episode basically, yeah.
So we knew we had one shark which was definitely not in that deal, so we can definitely talk to him. We knew the other shark that we could definitely talk to was Amit Jain. So we knew for a fact that there might be a situation that these people, even though they like the product, may not invest. But we were never prepared for somebody to tell us the product is not so nice. So the reactions about our packaging and other things were really exciting. The moment we served them the product in the tray, if you have seen the episode, the first reaction that came was from Anupam Mittal. He said, I love it, I love it, I love it. And the next reaction in the episode changes completely. He is completely questioning the branding, the positioning, it's being suggestive and everything. So what happened in between was the discussions were going on about if the other products that are there at a lower price point can serve you real fruit or not. And you must have seen Divya's line saying that what do they serve for 20 rupees. During that entire discussion, what happened was Piyush Bansal came and asked us, do you know that we have invested in Skippy Ice Pop? So it was a bomb moment for us because we did not know he had also invested. So okay, that was one thing. Next thing he asked was, do you really, are you trying to say that whatever the other products are coming at a price point of 20 rupees are serving artificial flavors? So for that my answer was very clear. I asked them, can you really tell me, or is it possible to have bubble gum as a real natural flavor? It doesn't exist in the universe. So for that, Anupam Mittal got really crazy and angry and immediately said, nah, we are not going to discuss this. And that is where the narrative changed for us from being, I like it, I love it, from that to completely suggestive. That is what I felt. So I would say that that is where the things changed for Anupam Mittal. So he did not like it that I attacked one of the brands that he had invested in. But we'd never know if that is the reality. So post which, the discussion completely changed. It became suggestive, we had to defend ourselves, and we never thought in our wildest dream that somebody will call Popman suggestive because he's just holding a popsicle. So it took 20 minutes for me to convince
I
them.
have seen so many customers appreciating that the creativity which you have tried to put in, you're trying to show Licksters and then the R with that's the pop man basically we call him with a popsicle. That's actually so creative to actually show popsicle in a logo itself in a mild subtle way. That's
Yeah, but
really
somehow-
bad.
somehow he tried to make it really difficult for us. Somehow we managed it. I think in the episode also it came out quite confident that we told him, and then he asked one question when he was not really happy with my answer, saying that a person licking a popsicle is really innocent. So he asked, what do you mean by what is the second best thing to lick? What is the first thing? I was so prepared for this answer because people have been asking us for the last 2 years, what is the first best thing? And we have always said only one thing, it's your choice.
According to me, it's like ice cream is such a happy thing to have. It actually changes your mind, your mood to everything. People think of ice cream when they are happy, when they are sad. They want a change of mood basically. And by that time, ice cream cannot be serious. Little bit fun to hona chahiye. Something should be there in your mind when you go to an ice cream parlor. Okay, TK flavors to dekh liya. There is innovation in that. There is something which is constantly there. But baki to there should be fun, right? People need not be boring all the time.
We wanted the brand to be for the young generation, for the next generation. It cannot have boring flavors or it cannot have boring names like, okay, our brand is natural, our brand is pure. We cannot have such boring names. So we chose a name that is fun. We wanted a branding that is really attractive for this generation.
In fact, we even won an award, MSME business, award, which they even during that, while getting the award, they called us and the jury or.
Yeah, we were called as a very cool name.
Yeah, when they actually called us to the stage, they said, Licksters, what a cool name. I still hear that well.
So everything went really out of control in the time. Somehow we were just, and one more thing that was going at the back of my mind was, if just for any reason or for a reason of a conflict of interest, they are going so against us, and if the episode airs in this way, it's gonna hurt everybody. All the customers that we have created for the last 4 years, all the people who love the product are gonna see it unnecessarily in a bad light. Most importantly, if we walk out of the tank without the deal, it's gonna hurt the brand in every way. We are not just two people who are making popsicles. Now we have more stakeholders like our franchise owners. It's our great responsibility that they also succeed in this entire journey. So getting a deal was really important,
And
we were ready to hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I felt, after watching the current episodes was like so many people. It's not bad that everybody has got funding already or everything. The background which we came from, we have been like telling our story everywhere. The way we started, there are so many people who started business like that in India. There are so many people who need these kind of platforms to come to light, to grow, to actually get the mentors, like how the sharks are having them on board as mentors is really, really important. By that time, we just felt like if they don't understand what a first generation businessman goes through while starting a business and trying to establish a brand, and they try and spoil things for them.
See, it's a spot
Yeah.
judgment that they are going through. It might be completely possible the way we serve the product or the way we have actually given them the product. They did not enjoy it in that spot judgment. But we cannot let that hurt the brand that we have created. When we say bootstrapped, we are actually bootstrapped.
Bootstrapped.
We did not have Series A funding and rounds of funding and pre-revenue funding, angel investors before we went inside the Shark Tank. So we did not have any backup. The only backup we had was the product. We only had the backup of the customers that were really happy about the product. And the only way we could have succeeded at that stage was by getting a deal. Because we already knew that if you get a deal, the chances of you getting on the show are much higher. So we had to walk out of the Shark Tank with a deal. There have been so many people who have really applauded us for saying that the way you pulled the deal at the last moment was a clincher. We did not know what was going to happen and you changed it at the last moment. Still, there were a very few set of people who had messaged us and said that we did not like the way you used flattery to get your deal. See, if they did not have a conflict of interest, I can say today that maybe there was no bias if they did not have a deal previous year. I feel there was a bias. I have the right to say that if they did not have a bias, I could have gotten my deal much easier. So if I had to go on a tank which was already rigged for me, I think it was good enough for me to actually hustle and get a deal. Yeah. So
Okay.
people who were sending us, couple of people who sent us hate messages, I even asked them, if you're a true blue Nagpurian and you would find it cringeworthy, maybe you should ask the Shark Tank people why were we allowed on Shark Tank when they already had invested in a similar company and they are saying it openly that we have a conflict of interest. So that was really unfair to us. If they could be unfair, then I think flattery was not such a bad deal.
Actually, it was not even flattery. I would say that our goal was like बहुत बार देखे हैं when we are doing the business. One thing we have always stood by is we will never shut down. We will stick by the quality which we actually have. Not just because if the business is up and down, let's do something with the quality. Let us actually get more margins. Let us actually use some less quality ingredients kabhi nahi kiye. And we always thought that whatever it is, we are gonna bag a deal and come. So that is one thing which we always thought we are going to do there. So it doesn't matter. It is like, that was like, see, that shows the smartness. I actually appreciate that. That shows the smartness of when somebody is even going out and then telling, see, that's how you grab an attention, right? Grabbing an attention, saying that, see, listen, I watch yours and I've been I'm your long time customers. You can give me a chance.
When you go on a Shark Tank and when you are a new founder, being appreciated for the product or being appreciated as a founder, both of the things really are positive as a feedback. If a shark or if any as an investor, if an investor feels that you as an entrepreneur actually have impressed them, I think entrepreneur is the backbone of the brand. If they believe that the entrepreneurs can actually do something great and are worthy of a deal, I think it is a good enough thing to happen on Shark Tank. We being actually appreciated for being good entrepreneurs and our attitude and our way of thinking and the concept that we had brought in was worthy of a deal. I think it's a good enough thing that happened for us on Shark Tank.
So on all this serious note, we finally got the deal. Thank you, Amit Jain. You
Yes.
actually believed in us. That is and he said this wonderful line after that. We did not know by then. Only during the
promo that came in,
yeah.
that promo actually, he actually spoke to Piyush Bansal and said that if it's like conflict of interest, then why are you sitting in the tank? And that gave us so much of a boost because the episode was shot in the month of October. The episode aired in the month of Jan. from October to Jan, it was so difficult for us to believe that this is what happened on Shark Tank. The entire ordeal kept on coming in front of our eyes, and we were not believing, or we were not
We
ready.
went under depression. We were like, we got the check in hand that day, and for a minute we were thinking, what happened with us?
Yeah.
Literally, what just happened with us? Because when we even entered the studio, Yashraj studio, the audition people who were there in Bangalore, they immediately recognized us. Even before they called us by our names, they said, "Jamun kab khila rahe ho?" So we felt so happy. They're just waiting for the last day so that after it is served to the sharks, the audition is done, then we can actually serve it to everyone. So that's how confident we were that they will love the product, and that's what we have been saying. And then after we got the check, we were like, for some time we did not realize what was happening. There is an interview with Rahul Dua after we come outside. So he actually interviews us, asks us what happened in the Shark, like Shark Tank. Would you like to say something about it? So they see the episode, what is happening inside. They can have a complete idea of what has happened, and then that's when he actually questioned us. Okay, tell us what you would want to say. So we told them that the maybe the ice cream was served in minus 24 degrees because we actually took it in a dry ice, and we made sure that the ice cream should not melt at any point of time, that we actually kept it so frozen. And this is how entrepreneurs learn. There are so many people like us who make mistakes, and that was one of the plays we actually made a mistake. Maybe they could not get the taste of it. While actually coming back, we were there for the next one more day. And
See, when we were there in the first 2 days of shoot, I was telling her somehow we have to get a deal, because we have traveled from Nagpur to Mumbai in a car. We will have more than 24 hours while we go back, or maybe more than 18 hours of a quiet drive. If we don't get a deal, the 18 hours are going to be so excruciating. So we must get a deal, because 18 hours traveling in the car with the idea that somehow things went wrong for us is going to be really bad. So that was one more motivation for us to get the deal. So somehow when we got the deal, even after that, the experience was not so pleasant.
so we kept thinking for at least a week, no, not just a week, for months, until we got it, thinking that
How it's going to come about. How it's going to come about.
how it's gonna come about, what we could have said,
Yeah.
what we could have said,
Yeah,
how
that
we
was-
could have countered them, what we could have actually told to the sharks, basically.
Yeah, that could have been that was the worst guilt trip. What could have been, what I could have answered is the worst guilt trip, I guess. Everybody has similar guilt trips when they have a fight with someone. Once they come back home, they have this guilt trip going on. I could have answered like this to win the argument. So we had that.
Yeah,
For 2.5, 3 months, we had
definitely.
that.
And then
Dreams,
at one point of
nightmares.
time, we were even praying, God, let this
If the episode doesn't air,
Yeah.
it's okay, nothing bad. We will carry on our path. But the episode aired, and the overall episode, actually, the person who informed us called us from their team a couple of days prior and said that your episode is gonna air on Wednesday. And the first question we asked him was, how has the
Please
episode
tell us how did it come out.
after
Yeah.
editing, how it has come? We were that nervous about the episode, and he said, don't worry, the overall story has come really well. We were like, okay, now leave it on God, nothing else, no other options, the episode is gonna air.
Actually, yes, like I said before, also, we wanted to watch it, just sit at home, watch it alone, because we really didn't know what was going to happen, how it was going to be shot. Actually, it was a very small shot. Too many things were cut. Actually, there were very good things. Namita Thapar, even she even said.
She had the guava with chili, and she was sitting with a small bowl of chili powder mix that we had actually taken. She was eating, dipping the entire bar in the chili, and I was thinking it is too spicy for anybody to have it like that.
Yeah.
But the feedback that came from her was really fantastic. She said, this is really authentic, I like it. So we were really relieved. At least she said she loved it. So it was a good moment for us. And
A lot of so many good comments actually did not come out. Maybe it's like the NDAU sign. You cannot be, or even like how Bhagavad Gita says, put your efforts and don't wait for the results. It was almost like that.
yeah, so we
Yeah.
sat with our entire manufacturing team in the store. We called everybody from our store teams to be there. We had our PR team, we had our marketing team over there. We had some guests also who had come to the store to watch the episode live with us. It was a fantastic experience. I really, really enjoyed it. It was fun. Only thing that went wrong maybe was a little bit of internet connection went here and there, and we could not hear the entire episode over there. So after everybody congratulated us, the first thing that we did was we went home straight and watched the rerun. so that we could understand exactly what happened, how it went across. It was really
And
nice.
when this was happening, that's when our phone started ringing, and our the online franchise inquiry forms, forms started coming. Like, we basically not into shipping the products, right? We are into like the franchise inquiries actually come on. So many inquiries throughout that night, by 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, morning 6 o'clock. Beach mein main so gaya tha, I don't know what happened. So it's morning 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. I was asking Parimal, ये हो क्या रहा है? What is happening? इतने सारे inquiries, so many inquiries flooded from everywhere. We were so excited. Phone started ringing. What is a franchise? Can you start it here? Can you send it across here? Oh, wonderful experience.
Yeah, the overall website traffic went 2000% up, and we were only checking the website every once in a while to check if the website has crashed or not. Website was working really well. We received so many inquiries. Every second the phone was ringing. It was really exciting for the next 3-4 days because the overall pace did not slow down. It was really wonderful. Even now, I haven't even touched 10% of the inquiries. That is how many inquiries that have flooded in. It's really fun. I would say the overall experience was extremely rewarding, extremely tensed, but at the end of it, it's really, really rewarding. If you get a chance to be on national television, from being or for being from somebody from a really small town. See, if you are from Mumbai or Bangalore, the perception is really different for people. Anybody who says that their company belongs to a city that is that big, the level of trust immediately comes in. If you say that your headquarters is in Mumbai, it's great. If you say your headquarters is in New York, my God, so great. But we are from here. So when we got aired on national television, all of a sudden there was an excitement around the brand. So many people wanted to know what we do, how we do it, and so many people were curious, can they get this product? So many people called us and congratulated and said that this was the product that they did not have in their city. Can they get a franchise in their city so that they can showcase a different kind of a product in this category?
I actually love the fact that those who understand business, all these small episodes or anything did not actually matter. They understood the product. So many people called us and they said this is something very, very different, very nice. We really want to have it. Like, we have already signed up few cities also. We are going to sign up some more cities. We will disclose it very soon, and we are really excited about it.
We are really happy that we started somewhere in a small town in Maharashtra. Now we definitely feel that we will be going national very soon. We had some international inquiries and Divya got really excited. Let us go to Canada, let us go to Sydney. I said, let us think about the product. It's not an atta that we can ship across the states or ship across various locations. We need to ship ice cream, so we need to work on that. But a great challenge, great learning experience. It's going on still, really enjoyable. So I would say a very, very rewarding experience, and I would really again.
For the kind of the story which we went through, we literally had one scooter and a suitcase. That's where we actually started in the city. We didn't know where to go. We actually started very, very small, and from there, from going through COVID and looking at the expenses, imagine we are so young, where how much of savings will we have also, right? So we sold our gold, what not we have did. Oh my God, it has been a wonderful journey till now.
We named our dog Cash so that we could manifest some money every day by saying, Cash, come here. We wanted to say that on the episode. These people did not give us a chance to say anything that was funny planned by us. So yes, reality TV is reality TV, and it's exciting. It's really wonderful.
So tell me, if given a chance again, will you again?
I have all the answers ready. This time I'll floor them. This time I'll not give them a chance. I'll come out saying that don't want to give you a deal.
Don't say that.
I'm just joking. No, this time I am really 100% certain when I go inside, they will love it. I will make them wait for having the product before I'll pitch everything else, then have the product, and I'll give them the experience that they really deserved over there. Maybe on some counts, the dry ice thing did not go well with us, and Amit Jain actually said it in his Instagram feed saying that because of dry ice, he could not enjoy it and he trusted us more after getting the explanation from us. So I think, live and learn.
Amit Jain, we are coming to you with a lot of products.
We had a meet with Amit Jain over a Zoom call. He is a wonderful, wonderful guy to speak with. I think he bagged the best shark.
I mean, we used to discuss this a lot, that why did it happen? Why did other sharks say like this? But I think it happened for good, because we got the best Shark actually with us, and
Genuinely sweet
Yes,
guy. I got a message
genuinely.
from him today in the morning saying that how are you guys doing?
that was like 12:44 in the
Yeah.
night. He was actually thinking about us, and he just pinged us in WhatsApp, and he was like, "Hi Parimal, how are you guys doing?"
So
It was
he's-
so sweet.
Yeah, genuinely sweet. The team is really exciting. Everybody keeps on calling us, checking up on us, how well we are doing. They're really concerned about the business, which is the best thing that can happen when you have an investor. Because the only thing people say when you get an investor, you have one more person to actually nag you and disturb you. I think we got a good investor. And he's really a sweet gem of a guy.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get great inputs from him. And we are signing more and more cities, coming to your city very soon. Once again, we would love to thank the entire team that has worked behind this
Yeah.
4 years of journey. I would like to thank every customer who has walked in till now and has given us so much of appreciation, has had made us grow from 1 city to 3 city to 5 cities. I cannot thank enough.
So remember, Licksters इससे ज़्यादा fruit कहीं नहीं.
We're going to have a lot of interesting content on this page. You're going to see a lot of behind the scene shootings about our manufacturing facility, about our team, about the flavors that we create, about the R&D that we keep on doing in the background. How do these flavors come about our builds that are happening in the new city. Every kind of interesting content is going to be on this platform. So
Stay subscribed.
yeah, hit the bell icon.